Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Should be good for now, I think. Yeah, we're good. It's gonna be a bit of a quick one regardless. We're gonna be doing a bit more simu on this account anyway. So, that's fine. Alright, so I think let's just hop on into the usual relic farming situation. And we just go. No, actually, wait, before we hop on.
Say bye to breathe.
I almost forgot. We should have the 2x bonuses. 2x bonuses first, I think. Yes, let's do these first. Well, actually, speaking of farming, if you wanted to farm traces, who do I want to farm for? Sparkle, maybe? Probably Sparkle. Hey, Casserole. What's up? I actually almost forgot that there was a 2x Calyx bonus, as I was just about to dump all my Trailblaze power. So that would have been awkward. So I'm thinking of just dropping it on Sparkle. Or we can... No, Sparkle's good. What am I doing? Sparkle's fine. I think I might need to just get more materials in the Penacony Calyxes. Yeah, actually, this might be a good idea to restock on XP stuff. Hey, Umberto, what's good? Yeah, I think stocking up on XP would be the better play here, anyway. I need to level up a bunch of characters in the future. I don't need to level up anyone's traces at the moment. We'll see what happens after we get Acheron. But I do need more of these, like, materials here. Yes. Just woke up 4 minutes ago? Alright, so...
May as well kill them all.
Just woke up again. You knocked out during the program. Got you. Yeah, speaking of Casserole, the special program for the 2.1, for Star Rail 2.1 is pretty much done. Ready to go. I'm just going to be posting the codes for that. So, once again, just copy paste them. Got the entire day to do so. You know, it's the usual 100k Stellar Jades. Or 100k. I wish it was 100k. No. 100 Stellar Jades, 50k credits, and then XP books, and then weapon XP. I wish it was 100k. Yeah. That would make my life a lot easier. Alright, we'll go for another round. Imite. I think it was kind of canon-ish based on what
All will be
Black
swept
Swan
away by the
Sweat
wind.
said about her dance partner. We just didn't know it would be Acheron completely, but you know, it is pretty cool. Whose banner is first? Sure thing, Humberto. Acheron's banner is first. Rerun is
All will be
Locha
swept
with
away
her.
by the wind.
Gallagher is one of the new 4 stars there. Second half is Aventurine with Jingliu.
Stand still.
And Gallagher is not with him. So... looking good. The lost Lucha is returned, indeed. The dead returns. Yeah, Knight, it did not disappoint at all. No siree. Can't we dispatch anything yet? Level up any relic? We can do that. Yeah, Steph is going to suffer internally. Unfortunately. Like, this is a really loaded 2 halves here. I'm going to do 2 simu runs if I have the time for it. Definitely Humberto, got lots of jades to farm. We still have Memory of Chaos reset, right? Coming soon? Oh yeah, we get Memory of Chaos in 2 days. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna guess, this is gonna be made for Acheron. So that'll be fun. And we also get Sim Universe World 9 added. We didn't get to see the boss for it, unfortunately, but a lot of people are guessing that it's going to be the Memory Zone, something unto death, which should be interesting to fight against. Also, optimization when it comes to clearing Sim Universe worlds at higher Trailblaze levels. You can start from difficulty 4, and then when you clear it for the first time, it's just you get all the lower rewards. So what they did with like Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, instead of having to do each world one time, which I think is pretty cool. I'm trying to think if I want to toss in a refresh. Yeah, Pela in Acheron banner. It's like they know, the devs know what they're doing. They know what they're doing in Star Rail, I think. Yeah, mostly in Star Rail. Because they showed Pela with Acheron, so obviously they had to put Pela in there. Obviously. What I think I'll do is we'll do 1 Simu run. We'll do it in World 4. It's a little too easy. We'll go fight Yenching again. Sure. We'll bring this team. E4, based on what we seen with Acheron, E4 is like the break point, which allows Pela to be consistent. Because with Acheron, with what they've shown, she needs debuffs, and Pela with E4 allows a bit more consistency with that.
Sound lingers.
So you're good, actually, Knight. Like, you are at perfect level here. Yeah, like we after this, I might actually just bring up the live stream again if you guys want to go over some stuff. Hey
Sound
Jenny.
lingers. Eternal.
I'll do it manually.
Yeah.
Cause like I really love, and I mean I love Acheron's overworld skill
Existence of unity. I'll go easy.
with her skill points and such. It's gonna be very funny when I break it into Simu. Cause like Ruan Mei makes my runs faster when we enter battle. Obviously, as we can see.
Eternal.
Seize the moment.
Awaken dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
But I will say, avoiding battle altogether on non-elite floors is insane. You know?
Sound lingers.
That is just silly.
Existence of unity.
Welcome, customers.
Heaven surge. Rise.
So,
Good. Yeah, Jenny, sorry I can't join you for ore farming at the moment.
I wonder what that is.
I was definitely in the Star Rail mood.
Sound lingers.
Watch this.
Water heat clouds.
Eternal.
We're in trouble now.
Every petal in all will be swept away by the wind.
Awaken dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
Thousand wonders to raise your spirit and fight as one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Heaven surge.
I don't know how she'll be able to survive, but
Begins.
she's got to.
Heaven surge. Rise.
Like this is actually her nightmare situation. Unfortunately. A lot of people who are excited for Acheron already,
Sound lingers.
you know, is what it is.
Existence of unity.
Seize the moment.
Awaken dormant scale. World cleansing dragon.
Welcome, customers. Let's play for a while.
The
Every
strength.
petal all will be swept away by the wind.
Yeah, I'm not pulling anymore until Acheron's released as well. I'm trying not to use any more refreshes on those, at least for relics at the moment. It's just not worth it. Well, I mean, it is worth it, but still.
Sound lingers.
Considering Acheron is so close right now, I might consider, like a max refresh week on, per week when she's released, I think. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Sound lingers.
Yeah, especially in Overworld and Simu, it's so silly. But I guess I know why they didn't want to extend that into like
I wonder
elites.
what that is.
Watch this.
What a huge clouds.
Eternal.
We're in trouble now.
Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
A thousand wonders to fight as one.
Heaven's surge. Break.
There's more to life.
We sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Rise. Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
But yeah, I guess after this, let's go over the live stream. Because we just watched it in the Genshin stream, because I just wanted to quickly do the new Spiral Abyss. I was very antsy about that too. It wasn't too bad. I guess the floor 12 caught me off guard on the last chamber, but otherwise, yeah, it really wasn't too bad. I'm probably going to go ballistic for Locha. I agree with that. Okay, so we didn't get the damage distribution. So we have to play it safe this time. Yeah, the triple relic bonus was insane.
Watch this.
Like, I didn't know how they were going to make it great, but I was proven wrong, you know?
Existence is unity.
I can't do this. Give me strength.
Not threat.
You're all in.
The strength.
Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon. Heaven's surge. Rise.
Some value, I suppose.
I'm just warming up.
Good.
Heaven's surge. Break. I sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Rise. Awaken dormant. World cleansing dragon.
One more time, Yanqing.
Break.
Sword, heed me. Have at you.
This.
Not threat.
There's more to life. Eternal.
Punish evil. Let's play for a while.
We'll do this.
The strength.
Acheron banner release is like Wednesday. Yeah.
Awaken the world cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Break.
I failed.
All right.
The consequences are mine to bear.
All right. So I think everyone's watched the live stream at this point, or has seen most of the information. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna review the live stream together. So I'm just gonna pause. And also, once again, make sure you guys get your redemption codes in before they expire. So please make sure to do that. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the lives or at the preview page soon after. Just remember where that live stream page is. So this time it's going to be more so of like a pause and like a play-by-play rather than watching the trailer. So Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, the program itself is like an hour long, which is pretty solid, personally speaking. So let's bring up the live stream. All right, live stream property. Yawning Chasm. There we go. So I'm gonna size it a little bit. Don't want to see any chat. All right, so obviously, to start things off with the special program, they had a little like funny skit. Very nice, 10 out of 10. Gotta love it. But I think that's where we got into the trailer. Actually, I'll just mute the game again so that we can listen to it one more time.
只不接电话，
那怎么办？
我哪知道怎么办？
不知道你还坐这儿，
我不知道我就不能坐这儿吗？啊？
Yeah, because we are getting
代替吧，这不太行
an
吧。
extra 30 pulse, 20 from login, and just 1600 straight on April
我们准备
26th.
好了，崩坏星穹铁道2.1版本前瞻特别节目，3、2、1 ，Action！
All right, I just wanted to see the trailer again. It was really cool.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Here's to you, sober one, with this glass of a dream within a dream.
It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer. This is where it ends.
Clock Studios theme park, most popular entertainment center in Penacony. The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
I know that I'm going to be at 90 pulls by the time
Why not make the
post
most of
90.
it with the game?
So I'm not worried about reaching pity, just the 50-50.
All or nothing. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest den. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards?
Just have to see that again. Hang on. Because I know people were mentioning about that, the lives, or this part here. Even the, even the hosts were mentioning. So right there is just simply put Raiden May from Impact Third. That's crazy. We get to see Sunday with Aventurine pushing like some sort of suitcase here. We get to see battle ensue, or it's like those are Aventurines. You get to see the hats. You see Firefly, and then I don't know who this one is. Don't know who this person is. It's probably like a younger version of somebody, but just this still photo or the still image of Raiden May is very interesting to add here. And then just this, dude, just this was awesome. The freaking just having Acheron unsheath her sword. That sound effect. Yeah, it did look like a younger version of Firefly. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't too sure. But just to skip through at least this part of the live stream, I just wanted to touch upon some of the updates and the details. Within this section, before the first redemption code, they were just talking about how they were just making some story adjustments, what the story will bring. The story adjustment being that we can right here. So the story adjustment being that we can start playing through multiple perspectives and easily switch between them. So it allows us to go through different perspectives in the story. Super cool. It's also updated within the Fates Atlas if you're confused as to how the story progresses through each of them. As seen there. Super cool. Allows for added immersion through the multi-narrative experience. And then the first redemption code right here. And she definitely does, man. She definitely does. Over here, they explain how Acheron defeated Duke Inferno. And we get to see how that happened. So I mean, yeah, the off-screen death, it makes sense. Like I mean, if Acheron did that to Duke Inferno, like, geez, I'd be surprised if he lived. But we also get to see how Acheron's gameplay works. So this one we got to go over a little bit, just because it's going to be her main kit here. When she uses her skill, gains special charges called Stack Dream, which is based on this little icon here, because in comparison to the energy gauges that everyone else has, she has a unique bar. Or it's not even a bar. So it appears that each skill gives her +1 stat. And if any allied character applies a debuff of any kind, I think it has to be a unique debuff. It's not that she's Nihility, probably, Humberto. She's definitely Nihility. She is Nihility. But just based on the live stream already, it appears that Acheron will need other Nihility debuffers to help her charge her ultimate faster. Because she is not affected by Tingyun's ultimate. AKA Tingyun's ultimate feeding energy into Acheron. The more debuffs, the better. Also, from what we saw here, when the enemy exploded and applied a debuff to the nearby Apier, she also gained a charge. So each unique debuff applied by our allies, each unique debuff applied by the enemies onto others, will count towards Acheron's charge stacks, which is super interesting. And then we get to see that her charge stacks give like a red glow when it's active. We're just gonna skip over a little bit. Right. So basically, when she has her full stacks, like so, you can use her ultimate. This is just so cool. Yeah, so pretty much yeah, the technique was explained after, but I know what you're talking about. So pretty much the way that her gameplay works in battle is the more unique debuffs you can apply or the enemies can apply to themselves, the faster her ultimate goes. That's what I'm getting here. And her ultimate is unaffected by characters like Tingyun, Energy Recharge Rope, so literally any ERR rope is useless on her. Does save a bit of farming in that case, you know? E6, E6 tie, really? I get it, but dang. And then this is the technique in the overworld. So, based on what we saw here, it's a one-shot kill towards regular overworld enemies. Does not include elites, which is fine. Yeah, it uses a technique point, and it's Sim Universe against non-elite enemies, instant kill, and we get the blessing for it. That is ridiculous. That's against one enemy. And then they go into multi-enemy. So against multiple enemies, you can use 1, 2, 3, and then go into battle as the elite. And for every enemy killed this way, uses one technique point. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just to repeat this part. So once again, you need to have separate skill point or technique points to enable it against multiple enemies. Yeah, I might consider like getting her E0 S1 this banner, and then start building her up too. That's what I'm considering. Because at this point, I do need to just stop and build my characters. Because my supports are okay. They're not great. They're just okay. Yeah, so from here, if there's no enemies in contact, no skill points are used. And I think that should be it in regards to how she's going to be used in battle. But obviously, aside from Acheron, even though she's like the main star of the show, personally speaking, they also went over Aventurine's kit.
首先，在1.4登场了一位星际和平公司这个派系的成员，也就是托帕，而沙金也和他同属于一个组织。
So with Aventurine, let's go over his gameplay. His skill, just like regular skill, applies AoE shield to everyone, and if anyone underneath that shield gets hit, he gains a charge. After he gains X amount of charges, he launches a follow-up attack. And then after he launches that follow-up attack, he gains he gives everyone a shield again.
上这种可以叠加的互动，带着盾挨打可以就打出追击啊，对，然后追加攻击又能够叠盾，对，套娃是吧？没错，这个男人呢，他除了有钱，也让人很有安全感。
So obviously, he's a counter against the ape here.
随机点数的盲注，并且对指定敌方单体造成伤害。
His ultimate.
他的终结技还能使敌方陷入负面状态。然后呢，我方所有的人攻击此状态的目标时候呢，就可以造成暴击伤害。
Interesting. So, Aventurine's ultimate inflicts a debuff, and if any character attacks the afflicted enemy, they deal increased crit damage. So, you know, Acheron likes debuffs based on what we saw. And she would like to deal increased damage. So it does seem like if you get one or the other, you'll be fine. But together, they do seem like to be very solid combination based on that. And then, yeah, that's just simply put. His skill gives his team a shield. After X amount of hits, he launches a follow-up attack. His ultimate deals damage and applies a debuff. And then they also show the boss form of Aventurine right here, which looks really cool. Based on what we see, you need to roll higher than Aventurine in the dice phase, or else he'll attack you. Of course, it's like, he definitely feels like Child's Foul Legacy, but for gambling.
我怎么感觉我们总是和我们
And with less drawbacks.
打一场啊？那你就告诉我，再确认一下，他的确不会闪避，对吧？啊，没有。
You know, it's just the good old boss versus playable character meme.
就还是那个样子。也好，攻击陷入特殊负面状态的目标时呢，就能回复一定生命值。
And finally, we get Gallagher,
立即攻击敌人，然后
new 4-star.
或使敌方全体陷入这种特殊负面状态。在角色
Gallagher's mechanics. He has a skill that heals, ultimate that deals damage, and can also act as a lifesteal for the most part. So that's pretty good. Decent 4-star. We get him for free as part of a 4-star selector. Let's go ahead and take a look at the banners, actually. So once again, the banners are, before I move on,
那这句话也送给我们今天的3位角色。那他们虽然可能有秘密，但是有秘密和真诚并不冲突嘛。
It is possible, Knight. Just depends on the other teammates, and also depends on how you run the team.
了解完3位角色以后呢，接下来我们还是来看看2.1的 UP 角色以及光追。
And also the content.
在上半版本的跃迁活动中。
So obviously, for the first half, we get Acheron, we get Gallagher, Pela, Donghong. 4-star, we get her signature light cone, brilliant, along the passing shore. Good night, sleep well. We get a decent Natasha light cone. Subscribe for more. DPS Silverwolf with Acheron. Possible. Although I think the effect hit rate is going to be great. But yeah, and hey Angel, what's up? Gallagher is in part 1. You don't have to worry about that, Angel. I'll show you why. Aventurine second half, we get Lynx, Luca, Serval. Not a bad lineup here. New 4-star Lycone. And then we get Aventurine second half.
同时在2.1版本前段
Locha is running first half.
限定5星角
Or
色
rerunning first half. Jinglu
获取概率将提升。后段月签活
will
动
be
中
running
限定5
in
星角色。
second half. So yeah, and Angel, I'm glad you mentioned that because there's gonna be a brand new event here. I forgot where it is. I forget which event it was. I think it was. Yeah, still gotta wait for Fushuan. I forgot where it was.
Genshin 就是在未来，我们依旧会持续性的提供符合星穹铁道调性的活动内容，并且尝试更多的。
没错，开拓者可以前往挑战，并通过沉浸装置兑换获得无主荒星。
听说我们的同学里有人之前曾经做过调酒师是吗？
No, they mentioned something about the event. But I forget which one it was. But there's a 4-star selector, Angel. Gallagher is part of it. So you don't need to pull on Acheron's banner. You are guaranteed at least one Gallagher. I just need to remember where it is in the live stream, but I know I saw it. Anniversary stuff. Yeah, it's a W and a sad for some people.
新的设定做了更深一层的内容补充。我们在创作这个多彩的梦境世界时，除了苏勒达
登营收等级可以获取更多的奖励。那么在接待众多顾客
Yeah, this one right here. So there's like a drinking event. It was here. So it's like a mix, like a, I don't know how I would describe it. It's like a, it's definitely not like a drinking mini game, but it's a mini game, Angel. After you deal or do like X amount of customers, you get enough points, you're able to get a character from this event. Gallagher is added here. So no matter what, Angel, you are getting a Gallagher. You just have to do the event. That's it. Just want to skip over to the anniversary stuff real quick. So we're getting a special Cosmo Odyssey like web event, I think. Mixing event, thank you. But yeah, there's a special Cosmo Odyssey minigame that's server-wide. You get personal rewards and server-wide rewards. In addition, we also get the, should be like a little summary screen here. There it is. So in summary, right here, for the 2.1 update, we are getting the special Cosmo Odyssey web event that's going to be running through. We get the top-up bonus refresh. We get 2 new planar Fisher sets. And in addition to that, we get a 3 times increase. So like 3 times drop in planar sets, 3 times drop in regular Cavern of Corrosion. And on top of all of that, we get 20 wishes for like a set amount of login dates, and then on April 26th, it's just straight up, here's a 10 pull in your mail. That's it. this is the whole like reward highlight for this live stream for people who care about that, aside from like Acheron, banners, etc. 4 minutes to close the chat. It do be like that, Lenny. Yeah. That's why I didn't have my chat open. But this is generally like the overview for it. I mean, I don't have to worry about the reruns, thankfully. But, you know, Acheron's going to be a little nervous. Or a little nerve-wracking, I'll say. This will be during the second half. The 1600 Jades will most likely be during second half. Because we're going to get the first part update on 26th. Then it'll be 3 weeks. So 26th, April 2nd. April 9th will be the end of Acheron. Going into the week of April 15th will be part 2, which means Aventurine will be there. And then on the following week, which is April 22nd, on Friday, we will be getting those Stellar Jades. On Friday, you just get 1600 in the mail. And 240 more Jades. Don't forget about that. Yeah. And in addition, with the brand new optimization for Sim Universe, I think they mentioned that. I do want to go over that because that was actually a really good optimization that they did. So Sim Universe. So they show World 9. We get Sigonia and we get Izumo. Sigonia is a DPS set for prolonged battles, with Izumo providing extra buffs to the wearer.
相信我们的战斗搭配会更加灵活。其实我一直很想了解一下魔女宇宙在未来会有一些更新。
They do have optimizations for Simu in 2.3. So that's 2 patches after 2.1. So 2 patches will get more information.
那从这个版本开始，我们就进行了一些优化。 比方说，魔女宇宙的第9世界，玩家们是可以直接从难度4就开始挑战。
Yeah, so in World 9, we can just go straight to difficulty 4, claim all previous rewards from lower levels, so we don't have to run through the lower levels, which is nice.
前面所有难度的手通奖励，在这之后，未来还会有一次非常重大的更新啊，它会在。
So that's gonna be really nice for me since I want to start farming for those sets. I mean, for now, before the patch hits, I'm probably just going to be doing Broken Keel, Rudolin Arena, I think. Yeah, I think so. Or I can do one last run for Black Swan in my DOT setup. Ooh, either way is good. Either way.
2.3版本当中呈现给大家，我们可以先期待一下。
And then everything else is just like general game updates, anniversary stuff, so on and so forth. Bit of an anniversary Q&A. And then special. So relic increase, deploy everything at once.
这个优化就非常的及时。
Does that work if you... What is it? If you do a lower level, it will unlock all the other ones? I think what they're trying to do here is... when you do a lower level, it will just unlock the next one in progression. However, I think from this version, they're just going to unlock the highest difficulty if you're able to. Unlock the highest difficulty. So if you're not at that level yet, it will not be unlocked. Hey, brother, what's up? We're just going over the live stream for a little bit, and I'm just gonna pause that for now because I do want to play. Just going over bits and pieces of it. 20 mole, 300 jades. I actually want to take a look at the preview page too. You feel like Twitter is overheating? It definitely is. I can agree with you there. Alright, so before we actually continue, my mistake, I forgot one thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the preview page. Right here. So let us get to screen. There we go. Yeah, this is the trailer music here. Really good, by the way. So let's just take a look at the preview page here. So, oh, right here. Share this. Get the link. I'm actually gonna keep a screenshot of this just in case. But this is so nice that they have this available. So once again, this is the special 1-year anniversary. Hey, Broder. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, yeah. We get 20 from logging in, and then an extra 10 pull in one day, on 26th. We get the special Cosmodyssey web event that will be running through. The pop-up bonuses will be refreshed. 3x drops for Planar Fisher and for Cavern of Corrosion.
Lone voyagers in the cosmos are driven by two desires: to tread in the trails of the past, and to forge their own way. But under their scrutiny, most end up adhering to the former.
So Acheron is a DPS character who accumulates charges by inflicting debuffs. So yeah, debuffs are going to be Acheron's bread and butter here. With her ultimate, Acheron ignores weakness types, drains all enemies' toughness, and reduces their type res. So she's just good against everything. Christ, that sounds busted.
Go ahead. Use me as you wish. Even stab me in the back if you see fit. Exploitation and treachery.
Defensive character.
But remember,
Trigger follow-up attack.
that don't pay off.
Making a drink is a sensory skill. In dreams, creating fizzy concoctions requires adding a bit of your mood.
Support character with offensive capabilities.
Sweeter if you're in high spirits. It's not just about mixing beverages. It's about mixing
So,
experiences of
with Gallagher, he enables like a life stealing abilities when he uses his ultimate. That's gonna be super cool. Light cone, passing along the shore. This is obviously for Acheron. We just have no details on them at the moment. Just know that they're there. Concert for 2 is going to be a 4-star light cone on, I think, Aventurine's banner. Yeah, it's on Aventurine's banner. And then we obviously have the Jing Liu and Lo Cha light cones. Very good. Environmental visuals. Twilight Pavilion. And the theme park. Both look really cool. Can't wait to explore both of them. But I'm pretty sure I have a lot of exploration to do, a lot of stellar jades. Devil in Velvet is the name of the Trailblaze mission. Exactly. I do remember when we first saw it. It was so cool. So Devil in Velvet will be our Trailblaze mission to continue with the story. And then we have a bunch of events here. So Festive Gifts is one of them. So we log in 7 days and we get 20 warps. Just log in 7 days during this anniversary event, 20 warps for free. Cosmodesy is a web event. We get to play along for server-wide rewards and personal rewards. Planar Fisher, just straight up 3x drops. And for Cavern of Corrosion, straight up 3x drops. So that's insane already. Definitely going to be capitalizing on these two for sure. Another event, the mixing event, another self-modeling, special minigame here. You get more Tracks of Destiny, Relic Ruins, Character Weapon XP, Relic XP. But yeah, that's all of these special events. And then Sim U World 9. So obviously we get another Herda, we get some more bonds, we get new relics. And then we get Boss Aventurine. So obviously, you know, the boss version has to look cool. You know, playable versus boss. And then just the general buffs. We get brand new materials. We get brand new trace materials for Preservation and Abundance, Aventurine and Gallagher respectively. Lycombe lock management, Lycombe lock management. Switching between different batches of qualities. Assignments can be like a claim all and then send all again. Relic inventory increased from 1,500 to 2,000. And that's the general page here. But I mean, yeah, this is going to be a really, really cool event. Not going to lie. Gonna have to close this for now because laptop's lagging. Get this. I mean, yeah. Hey, a wind, welcome to the stream. I'll say, even though the self-modeling resin does take care of the main stat issue, substats are always a problem. We're going to go ahead and do 2 runs on the Acheron set. Oh yeah, and Ty, I know you were asking me about my Acheron prep. I'll show you in a moment. After I'm done with these 2 relic runs. Alright, and start.
Time to say bye.
I get you, Jenny. I know that in my case, I'm going to try my best to get that guaranteed Acheron, so I know what I'm doing. Even if I don't want to, I know what I must do. Yeah, the double farming is coming in clutch. Thankfully, I don't need any other materials at the moment. I'm just stocking up on XP books. That's all. Because I just want to, because I do want to start leveling up my other characters, and I've been missing out on XP books, so might as well, you know? That's a smart thing to do.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Yeah, 2x Calyx drops, Humberto, for Golden and Crimson Calyxes. So either for, like, weapon XP, character XP, credits, or trace materials. It's like 12 runs a day or 120 Trailblaze power. Damn, bro. Nothing. Yeah, this is the 2x event that they're talking about. I already did it, so I'm good. Acheron is lightning nihility. Yes. Right now we get 2x rewards on traces right now, Lenring. Acheron's set isn't lightning, funny enough. 2-piece lightning can work, but 4-piece is not her best in slot. I'm kind of farming it right now. Right here. I got lucky on a couple of pieces. Arlen's holding her set at the moment. Yeah, so since we know that Acheron has a brand new 2-piece planar set, I'm leaving these blank. But these are her current relics at this point. Trying to get a better headpiece personally, but we'll start to, or I'm just gonna gather some pieces as we farm before I do anything. I think it's just the crit damage piece that I'm worried about. But at this moment, her boots and her gloves are definitely carrying her crit rate by themselves. So 11% crit rate and then 14% crit rate on that. If I can get a crit damage with crit rate on here, then I'm probably going to be okay. So Acheron's best team is debuff. Yes. Based on what we have. So I'm going to use... I'm going to use... Who do I want to use as an example? I'll use Kafka as an example for her best teams. Since she's Lightning Nihility as well. So imagine Kafka being the... what is it? Imagine Kafka as Acheron in this case. One of her best teams that was actually shown in the preview was this one. Just like a very standard, like 2 Nihility and then like a sustain is going to be her best in slot. Actually, I'll just put Arlen here since he's holding Acheron's relics. So Arlen will be Acheron. Pela is one of her best teammates at high Eidolons as well. Because at Eidolon 4, her skill inflicts a debuff. And basically E4 allows her to be very consistent. I would highly recommend running resolution on her instead of tutorial mission, but if you can switch between both, that's fine. For Silverwolf, her normal, what is it? Her normal, skill, and basic, or normal, skill, and ultimate all inflict debuffs. So this is going to be one of Acheron's best teammates in terms of debuff application, just because she can inflict 3 forms of unique debuffs at the same time. Or not at the same time, just within one character. Other examples aside from these two would most likely be Gwynnifin, because she applies Fire Kiss and Burn. Burn from her first major trace, Fire Kiss from her current set. Or not current set, current skill, like I think it was either talent. Yeah, I think it was like either talent or something. So Fire Kiss and Burn, she has 2. And I think Eidolons allow her to inflict more. So with E1, she also gains the ability to do an attack down. So with her at E1, that's Burn, Fire Kiss, attack down. That's 3 different debuffs. Yeah. So at least E1 Gwynnifin becomes a very good partner for Acheron. Hey Julian, welcome to stream. It's made not just for Acheron Knight, it also works with Dr. Ratio quite well. E0 Humberto, then it's still fine. You just get 2 debuffs, which is fine. Other good debuffers will include Asta, not gonna lie. As a Harmony unit, just because she has the ability to inflict burn, and it helps. And funny enough, if we're talking about debuffers, Fire Trailblazer comes back because one of his traces allows you to taunt the enemy. Which one was it? Yeah, so if you have the ability to taunt the enemy, and then that's a debuff. If you have this light cone here, Trend of the Universal Market, at high superimposition, it's a high chance to inflict burning on an enemy. So that's already 2 debuffs by Fire Trailblazer. Can act as your shielder on Acheron teams. So I might just spend some time building him up. Maybe. Possibly dip some of the 2x bonuses into Preservation. Might do that. Actually, I might do that. That's pretty fun. Sometimes Gwynnifin Fire Kiss doesn't work for you, Julian. With Gwynnifin's Fire Kiss, you need high effect hit rate. I tend to sit around, like around 40 to 50%. That's what gets me through. The 300%. Oh, for the relic stuff? Yeah. So basically, just that 3x drops on relics. It's insane. You got 100% effect hit rate. Yeah, it's okay. The enemy's effect resistance does factor in sometimes. So if they have really high effect hit rate, it's going to happen. But yeah. 3x Cavern of Corrosion drops. 3x Planar set drops is going to be insane. I don't know what to say. That's just going to be insane. Because if that lands right when we're like about to farm for Acheron's new set, that's going to save so much farming. But yeah, in terms of Nihility debuffers, these two are going to be the best. Otherwise, if you don't have Silverwolf, or if Silverwolf is being used in a different team, Pela Gwenithan will be really useful. If Gwenithan is being used on a different team and or actually, I think you need 2 Nihility. But in terms of like sustain, you can use Locha, you can use Fushuen, because these two are still gonna work. Aventurine is probably gonna be one of her best because Acheron likes debuffs. Aventurine applies a debuff on ultimate. Acheron is a DPS. And then Aventurine provides crit damage bonus on the enemy afflicted by his debuff. So, you know, we're starting to see a pattern, if you get me. But right now, these two are still good. Huahua can probably work. Ruan Mei and or Welt can probably work, depending on the content. And then I think Fire Trailblazer can work really well if you have Trend of the Universal Market and you need a shielder. You do lose healing though, so gotta be careful. That's all I can think of right now. Ting Yun is actually worthless in this team. Yeah, Ting Yun's actually worthless in Acheron teams because she can only provide the attack percent, but cannot charge Acheron's ultimate. You have to have unique debuffs being applied in order to charge her ultimate up, which is, interesting. So it removes Ting Yun from the equation. It's weird saying that Ting Yun is worthless, but she is worthless here. But yeah, this would be the general team comp for Acheron here. You would have Acheron here. You would have 2 Nihility to help that apply debuffs aside from Acheron, so that you can charge the ultimate faster, and then you would just have a healer / shielder here to tank damage. And True Julian. We haven't gone over weapons just yet, but we can do that right now in the data bank because I keep forgetting. Data bank. Light cones, nihility. Okay, so with our current nihility, actually, before we do that, give me just a second. Need to go grab something to drink. I haven't drank water in a bit. Just a moment. There we go. I do have 1 copy of Loop saved, I think, because I like to keep a copy of at least every 3-star light cone just in case. But yeah, against slowed enemies, if you were to give this to Acheron, sure, it's fine. But you do need to involve a character that can inflict slow, which means you do need Welt. So if you don't have Welt, then Loop kind of becomes useless, unfortunately. basic attack. Hidden Shadow isn't useful on Acheron. I think Avoid. I mean, if you give Void to Welt to get some good slows, and then give Loop to Acheron, it would be useful for like very quick fights. But unfortunately, the 3-star Lycones for Nihility aren't that great, unfortunately. So I can't recommend them for Acheron. Tutorial mission is obviously Silverwolf's free-to-play Lycone using everything. Using Welt with Doctor Ratio. Yeah, that works. Obviously it works with them. But I'm just talking about Acheron in this case. So before the tutorial mission starts, you know, it's one of the best agility Lycones, but in terms for using on Acheron, not so much. This also works with effect hit rate, doesn't work with Acheron. Basic attacker skill, extra damage. I mean, it's interesting, but not useful too great. It's not too great of a use at the moment. We get Fermata. Pretty decent-ish if Acheron breaks and gets shocked. Resolution actually helps with her debuffing capabilities. It doesn't increase her damage, but it allows the amount of debuffs applied on the team to increase by 1. So if you don't have anything for Acheron, this would actually be pretty good, and you can give your Pela something else. Eyes of the Prey doesn't work for Acheron. Good Night Sleep Well works with Acheron, depending on how many debuffs the enemy has. So this is like a 72% damage increase, not too bad. And then as for the current 5-star light cones, DOT, Break Effect, Energy Regen, doesn't really work with her. Damage dealt, I mean, sure. It's not that great. And in the name of the world, like, damage increase is fine. Effect hit rate is whatever. And then attack percent increase is fine. Right now, we don't really have anything for, like, DPS Nihility. Mostly for, like, DOT and debuffers. Which is fine and all. But it does make Acheron's light cone choices a little bit limited. Which is a shame. Personally speaking. That's a lot of information, I know, but that's how much I've been retaining ever since I went on my little walk. I've been thinking about it. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna be farming the relic domains and doing the 2x drops until they're done, which is gonna be like for a week. So I get you, Julian. I get you. Actually, warp check. 1015. We'll get 40 plus whatever I have. Should be like around 40. I have 80 at least. I get at least. Yeah, I'm not really going to do anything. Hey, Diversion, welcome to stream. You got Black Swan from the first half. What team should you build her around? You started playing like 3 weeks ago. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations on Black Swan Diversion. And second of all, in terms of her teams, I'm actually playing one of the more premium teams at the moment. So I'll show you. So right now with Kafka and Black Swan, they're like, if you have them together, they're practically inseparable, you know? Because she applies a special damage over time. She can activate those damage over time. Ruan Mei allows for extra damage increase. Huohuo allows for increased healing and attack percent, which all damage over time scales off of. So this is the premium team for Black Swan. However, if you don't happen to have any of these characters, which I assume since you started 3 weeks ago you don't, here are some teams you can build around. So Black Swan, you can build. Second character you can add to the team. Depending on Eidolons, you can toss in other damage over time characters, such as Guinaifen and Sampo. Because Black Swan technically was supposed to be a replacement for Sampo, but if you happen to have extra copies of him up to Eidolon 4, he can be placed on Black Swan's team due to a specific interaction with how the stacks work, or how Black Swan's Arcana stacks work. Guinaifen is like a mini like Fire Kafka. She re-triggers burns, so she won't be as strong as Kafka, but can act as her. So you got Black Swan, Guinaifen, Serval, and Natasha. Okay. So Serval is an interesting choice here. Works similarly to Kafka in applying debuffs, so she can work. It's a little less, or I think it's a lot less compared to Kafka though, but she can work. And finally, Natasha as the freebie healer. That's fine. I mean, obviously that's the case. This team can work for the most part, and yeah, nothing too bad there. Acheron's going to be good with it, or Gallagher's going to be good with Acheron. Yes, Julian, that's true. Since Gallagher can apply debuffs, he can work as Acheron's healer, which should be interesting. Enough of that, though. But we need more information on him anyway. But yeah, Black Swan, Guinaifen, Serval, Natasha works really well. Should he stock up or pull Sparkle? I will say, I did go for Black Swan, and I do have Sparkle as well. I had Donghung Il before this event. Sparkle at the moment is really, really good, but only if you wish to use like very skill point hungry teams, such as Xing Chui, such as Donghung Il, such as Sela. Any DPS that likes to use a lot of skill points, Sparkle can help mitigate. Allows you to play a lot more freely, and she's pretty much future proof for a lot of content. Personally speaking, she is very future proof. So if you care about that, I would recommend trying before her banner leaves within the next couple of weeks. Just a couple of tries. You don't need to top up. But otherwise, if you do plan on like pulling for Acheron, Aventurine, low charging Liu, I would recommend skipping. And thank you, Julian. Dr. Ratio works with Sparkle as well, because he's very skill point hungry. Because he needs to use his follow-up attack consistently. I think one example of that team would be Ratio. I guess if we're going like super like damage oriented, this could be a team example. Could also sub out Ruan Mei for like a healer if you needed to. But yeah, this is just like super damage right here. I'm trying to remember though. Oh, I'll just bring the team back. But yeah, Diversion, your team is perfectly fine for where you are, especially after 3 weeks of progress. That's really good. I would recommend you just keep building that team, and if you want to build a second team, in the meantime, you can obviously do that, and it'll work just fine. Personally speaking. Yeah, supposed to go grab some stuff here. Yeah, Steph's despair arc. Oh boy. Like, I feel really bad for her now.
Take a rest. It's time for tea and cakes.
But yeah, just gonna do a little bit extra here in Star Rail before I hop on over to my alt account. Yeah, no problem. Then we need to go to the Xianzhou.
These affairs need to be.
Because now I need to speed run story for Penacony again. Warmally. Yeah, I don't know if she's watched the program yet. Yeah, it's been like hype every day. I don't mind it. God damn, I need to breathe. You know? It's like crazy how much stuff is happening.
Take a rest. It's time for tea and cakes.
Let's take a pee. Buy some stuff. Trying to think. No scam. Let me see. What I would do here. Cloudford. Okay, so we're good. For now. Trick Snack. Yeah, we're good for now. Five-star energy rope. Yeah, 4-star sparkle. Gotcha. Yeah, so I think next for tomorrow, I'm going to spend some of my Trailblaze power getting, yeah, probably starting to raise Fire Trailblazers talents, I guess. Yeah, his traces definitely need to be leveled up. You probably level him to 82. Should I? Nah, not yet. Not yet. I think I'll just level up his light cone and the traces, I think. I'll bump him up to like level 10, aka level 8, I think. And then just unlock the rest of his tree, I think. That's a good idea. Yeah, okay. So level up traces, level up light cone. I'll save the books for Acheron. Otherwise, still gonna take it easy on Simu. Because once the week resets, what I do want to get from Simu would be like, I'm still thinking either Broken Keel, going for Pan Cosmic, or just keep farming like Lamoth and Penacony sets. Yeah, but I guess with my supports needing a lot of stuff, might go for more Broken Keel pieces. But other than that, let's head on down to Asia. Off we go.
Is March 7th still packing her luggage?
All right. So where we last left off, we were just getting started with this isn't active yet. Did everything for that. Just waiting for the reset. Okay, so we're good. Let's just continue with the story then. So where we last left off, we were obviously going to re-enter Penacony.
You're up? How's your prep going?
Oops, sorry.
Shall we go meet up with them now? Penacony, the planet of festivities. The universe's biggest and fanciest amusement park awaits.
Alright, let's get to it. Hey Gohan. We are just doing Asia account Penacony run through. Just so we get refreshed for the second part.
The family sure doesn't play around with their entry protocols. Our bags probably know what it feels like to be a celebrity now with all that attention. I wouldn't have put it past
I'm going to try and increase the voice actor volume again.
Aside from that, I have to say the family has been really accommodating. Well, the hassle was worth it. Just look at this grand hotel lobby.
Yeah, I would recommend completing it now. Because the way that they set up the second part for 2.1 is going to be awesome. The trailer gives a bit of spoilers, though. So, if you care about that.
Welcome to the Reverie. May you experience an unforgettable holiday. I'm Nisha, a bellboy working here on Penacony. Pleased to be at your service. Over here. Something's not right. Should you need assistance with moving luggage to your room, feel free to contact me.
There's actually something in regards to second. So first of all, I claimed it on here as well. So get all these rewards. I mean, that's still pretty far. So we got 40 warps here. Oh, we got one. Nothing. I keep hoping, but 40 warps. Funny enough, there's actually like some details on Misha that I didn't notice beforehand. So, like, for example, that little badge he's wearing on his shirt, I think the Nameless have that badge too. I know Himiko wears it. I don't know if March has it on her person. Yeah, right here on her little scarf. That's the mark of the Nameless. And Misha happens to have it. So, interesting. Probably a descendant of said Nameless. The puzzle section?
But in the information I received from the Astral Express, it states that we already reserved rooms. Please, check again for me. Yes, ma'am. Please give me a moment. The Astral Express for Platinum Guest Rooms, whose names include Mr. Welt Yang, Miss Himiko, Miss March 7th, and Mr. Don Hung. These are the only 4 names on the reservation list.
Oh, the dream ones. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, your name isn't on the hotel's reservation list.
Was it like the was it like the rotating one, or?
When we responded to the family's invitation, he hadn't even arrived on the express. Something came up in Don Hung's schedule, and he couldn't make it. I have an idea. Could you reassign his room? It's still the same number of people.
He's a new passenger aboard our Astral Express. We can vouch for his...
You don't feel like it? That's okay, Julian.
Even if that is so, I'm afraid... No, I'm not doubting your status. It's just...
Well, it's just that right now, we're on the eve of the Charmony Festival, Penacony's most important moment of every era. And with the family's invite, all guests from all over the cosmos have thronged this place. Hotel security is on high alert with zero room for error. And with such a last-minute change, it really isn't something that this young lady's words can resolve on a whim. My esteemed guests from the Astral Express, please do not make it harder for her.
We're sorry for all the trouble our check-in seems to have caused. Might I ask for your name?
I am the humble Aventurine of the IPC Strategic Investment Department, a non-performing asset liquidation specialist and subordinate to Supervisor Diamond. I was cordially invited by the watchmaker. I also happen to be a traveler that's had to stand behind you for quite a while.
Leave it to me. I've heard that the IPC has also received Penacony's invitation, so forgive me if I'm mistaken, but you must be the representative. The IPC's elite certainly does have an extraordinary air about them. I suppose such an exceptional figure such as yourself wouldn't mind paving a convenience for us?
I must be hearing things. Paving a convenience? Shouldn't I be saying this to you instead? I've been waiting here for more than 10 minutes. Do you know how many credits 10 minutes is worth to me?
It must be an inordinate number, which is why now, Mr. Aventurine, I have an investment that you absolutely cannot miss out on. The IPC's influence runs deep and wide, and their word wields the utmost authority.
For sure, Julian, yeah.
We hope to borrow your status to vouch for him. As such, you won't just...
Himiko's rise in popularity is solidified in pure fiction
but also
for AoE content.
Well, this is interesting. And how will my new friends benefit me?
Now this is a topic very much worth getting into.
I would highly recommend building her
Watchmaker,
as
why don't we make ourselves comfortable
best as
in
you
the home
can.
before getting to know each
But, Miss Navigator, I must point out that if I do something about it now, the time saved is from my own effort, not a favor from you all. But what you said in the second half, I loved it. Friends, yes, nothing is more precious than friends. Especially a righteous trailblazer like a Nameless. Going forward on this Penacony trip,
Well,
I'll be counting on
there's
you to
technically like tiny quantum,
Looking forward to
Julian.
a delightful
Tiny
time
quantum
with you all.
actually exists. Silver Wolf,
I'm glad you have put it
Sparkle,
together. So
Qingchui, and Bushuan.
There you go, miss. Please allow him to check in on my account. I have an appointment with the family's Mr. Sunday. I will ask him to handle this matter later. Don't worry, I won't cause you any trouble.
But
Ali, just a moment. The family cannot allow guests to enter a dream while bearing burdens.
Hello,
Speak
Sunday.
of the devil, look who's here. It's Sunday, the most handsome man in Penacony.
He said you were the most dashing person in Penacony. How interesting.
I've kept you waiting, Mr. Aventurine. This way, please. Let us speak in private.
Astral Express guests, please come this way and rest your feet. Wait, what? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, but are you the singer, Epsilon Superstar? If I can stop one heart from breaking, that's your song, isn't it? I never thought a cutie like yourself would be a fan of mine. Oh, it really is, Robin. To run into her in person here. It is an honor to meet everyone.
Are you also a member of the family on Penacony like him?
Truth be told, I am a guest like everyone. Penacony is my hometown, but I left when I was older. I was graciously invited this time to return and sing a song at the Charmony Festival. The person you speak of is Sunday, my senior, and one of the local leaders at Penacony. He is also the organizer of this era's Charmony Festival. He heard you all ran into some difficulties and sent me here to provide aid. Alas, I arrived a little later than usual. I sincerely apologize for any unpleasantness during your stay.
Please, be at ease. I have instructed Miss Ali to resolve the system error as soon as possible. Mr. Aventurine has an appointment with the Oak family and has checked in prior.
Thank you for stepping in to resolve this matter. But are you sure about the rooms?
Please, rest assured that the family will personally undertake communications to handle this. I apologize for taking up everyone's precious time, and we shan't...
Actual administrators. You have to keep that in mind, by the way. What does it mean by actual administrators?
keep you...
May your dreams be beautiful and pleasant. It's just one surprise after another. But since that Mr... which day was he? Sunday. Since Mr. Sunday's vouched for us, I guess we can finally check in normally? How does the saying go? Trouble comes in pairs?
There's also the saying, from misfortune comes bliss. Okay, there's no queue in the lobby now. Let's go find Miss Allie.
Alright. Let's go ahead. Get to it.
esteemed guests of the Astral Express, your check-in procedure is complete. This is your Dreamscape Pass. At the same time, if you can use the Dreamscape Pass's provided clock-in feature to record every moment of your wonderful dream. Regarding the method of usage, the Dreamscape Pass will guide you through the process. I wish you all pleasant dreams in Penacony.
All right, let's move out.
Alright, they'll give me a tutorial on it. Please do not enter the dream naked. Someone's done this to make this a rule. Somebody's done this once. Alright. Just want to get that out of the way.
A dream world. I heard that Penacony transformed the dreamscape into a majestic metropolis. What exactly would that look like? Oh, I can't wait!
Our rooms are down this way.
This is a long hallway. Is it just me, or is this hotel too big for its own good?
We're finally here. Let's all head to our rooms first and put down our bags.
Oh yeah, did you see the trailer, Gohan? By the way, for version 2.1? I think you might like it.
Go on. We may be thinking about the same thing.
Do you remember the
Exactly, Jenny. Someone had to have done that to make Don't Enter the Dreamscape naked.
Esteemed guests are cordially invited.
That must have been a story in itself.
Participate in our.
Yeah, the version 2.1
That's why we're here
trailer.
in the first place.
You recall correctly, but there was more to this invite. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
I don't remember that part of the invite.
To be fair, that's the character trailer, Julian. This is like an overview of 2.1 trailer. When we start to get closer to Acheron's character demo, we'll see.
But the box that was sent to us was slightly unusual.
And that was an interesting section, Ty.
Music it played had off-key notes in the background. I recorded these dissonant notes, and they were a perfect match with the gravity wave frequency when the Express made its warp jump. Also, the Express engine's spatial curvature was its encryption key.
A distress call method regularly used by the Nameless.
I can't be certain. It may be a masked fool's trap. From the execution itself, the Riddlers or Inquisition spirits could have done this themselves.
When did you discover this?
When we were handling that Law Fu Stellaron matter, I told Pom Pom about it first thing.
It's no wonder that IPC Ambassador also mentioned this Watchmaker. The invite he received must also have contained a hidden message, and it seems like he decoded it. There's something else on my mind. When the invite was brought up, that family leader mentioned being one of the actual administrators of Penacony, and that it was their duty to relieve us of any problems. In hindsight, there was more to that statement. He also had Miss Robin with him. I'm no singer, but her voice sounded a little strange. Would a singer really take to the stage if their voice wasn't in top shape?
Are you saying you suspect that the family did not send the invite and is hiding something from us?
Some girls think Gallagher's hot.
More interesting
I mean, yeah.
each passing second. Why didn't you tell the others?
In a game overridden by waifus, you know.
This is just an internal affair of
The sight of a, I guess, like a handsome guy is enough to make anyone feral.
Well, I did. Which is why, before we set off, I told March 7th and Don Hung about this.
You're definitely.
So I was the only one kept in the dark then.
That's because you were zonked out the whole ride. No one had the chance to tell you.
Who sent the invite? What is the purpose?
In your case, Gohan, yes. More Himiko, always great.
And why does the family choose to remain silent about their knowledge of this? There are too many unanswered questions. We must use the utmost caution before we go deeper. Right now, let's just focus on the conductor's request. We'll collect intel while enjoying this wonderful vacation. Penacony is, after all, a famed resort of the cosmos. Not many get a chance to even visit in their lifetime.
All right.
Head back to your rooms, get some rest, and prepare to enter the dreamscape.
It's time to head back to my room. Before entering the dream, I should...
Whoa, what a big bathtub!
Odd. Why is my room door... He's...
Hello, Mr. Aventurine, once again.
Gratuitous. We meet again.
Meet again, friend.
That's right, pal. Calm down. I'm just here to soak in the festive vibe. This may be your room now, but half a system hour ago, it was still mine. A lucky block number, a lucky floor, a lucky room number. You have no idea how much I went through to book this precious space. And now I've given it to you. Treasure it well, friend.
I will say Aventurine's like he does look pretty good, not gonna lie.
Of course. What, you thought the family acted simply out of their own goodwill? Penacony's a true blue land of dreams. How many across the stars would spend half their lives just to acquire an admission ticket into the reverie? Think about the type of people who can even afford to
I don't think so, Gohan.
If it wasn't for my brilliant plan, you think the family would offend those bigwigs just to sate the paltry whims of an unsought guest such as yourself? So sit down and let's have a chat. With everything said and done, I think I deserve at least this much, right?
Trailblazer itself is not an Eon, but we have the ability to hold the Stellaron. And to like attract the gaze of multiple Eons.
Cutting to the chase. I like that.
Oh, Akivilli, you mean? Yeah.
Simply put, my friend, I need your help.
Akivilli, the Trailblaze. Yes.
Know this, but Penacony's far murkier than it seems. The family's eyes are everywhere, but you get the drift. My goal is simple. Help the IPC retrieve some things that belong to them in the first place. If you agree, when this is done, you
On resurrecting Akavili, we do need to fight against Nanook, as based on the first part in the Herd of Space Station. So resurrecting Akavili isn't impossible. Because people did say Akavili is gone, dead. But eons are eons. They could probably be hiding somewhere. Or have a power source locked away somewhere.
You don't have to answer me now. Sit on it for a while. When the time is right, I will look for you again. Of course, you can confer with your colleagues as well, or go as far as to use me in turn. I welcome that notion, because it will also show me your true value. I don't do deals where I'm on the losing end, so I hope that friends don't let me down.
With the Amber Lord, yeah, with the will of preservation, since he wanted to defend Belobog, especially from Cocolia during that time. I guess the Trailblaze would have the ability to attract the attention of eons, since they're effectively a blank slate. And thus, probably the will of that specific eon or path could be greatly magnified, since there's nothing stopping them.
Very well. Oh yes, before I go, let's play another game. A simple game to get to know each other better. You just have to guess which hand the chip is hiding in. It'll help me get a better grasp on your personality and the way you do things.
Here we go.
Left or right? Get ready. I'm about to reveal the answer.
The cutscene.
I didn't get your answer. Oh, but that's fine, because... Friend. The game has already begun. Allow me to make you an offer. One you can't refuse. No reason to choose otherwise. And no other choice.
Hello there.
Huh?
What are you doing in my room?
There she is. Miss Acheron.
Well played, friend. You haven't been in Penacony long, but you already know how to rope people into your cause. Oh, don't misunderstand. That was a mere reminder. This place runs deep with plenty of unsavory characters. Don't forget to stay on your toes. Like, keeping your door closed. I'll make my exit now. Have a pleasant stay.
Thank you.
Why haven't you left? Why do I have to? I was just teasing. Please forgive me. This is indeed your room. I saw that man snooping about while I was in the hallway. Didn't seem like he was searching for his own room, so it made me wary.
The red text. Huh? Because I had a different option here. I had a different option when I was playing on the main account. So I guess from what we know about Acheron, she has the ability of like memories or ways of remembering us and events that have happened before. So I think the red text is like a final choice, you know? Since we don't have any other options, you know? There's no diverse like branching option here to help get us different answers. It's just final answer.
I later saw you walking into the same room, so I began to connect the dots. The situation got a bit tense. I hope you don't mind that I pulled this stunt.
I have a strange feeling about this too. About this as well. Because there's a lot of theories going around about what Acheron can actually do. The red text being one of them. Actually mentioned in the live stream earlier today.
Anyway, as long as you're all right. I should return to my room too. But before I go, can I ask you a question? You may think it somewhat strange, perhaps even rude. But I wish to know.
Have we met before?
Have we met somewhere before? Is that so? I haven't been able to shake off this familiar feeling since just now. Maybe this is what they call déjà vu. Or it could purely be serendipity. This is your name, isn't it? Pleased to meet you. You forget. That man mentioned it before he left. My memory's not very good, but it's not so bad that I can't remember details from just minutes ago. Galaxy Ranger Acheron. This is what they call me. You can call me whatever you want. I doubt we'll meet again.
2 weeks, Acheron. We will meet again.
Reminder. There are people who possess unwavering resolution and faith, even unto death, and they do not wield such conviction for good. And on that man's face I see such a similar expression. One who wears a blade must use it to cut eventually. And when a gambler has nothing to lose on the table, he will surely go for broke and bet it all on a final hand. That is all I can say. I thought you should know all this before making a choice. Goodbye.
We shall see you again.
Acheron left. Strange. I can't shake off this odd feeling I have. Forget it. It's taken a while, but at least I can finally enter the dream.
Sorry, can you point me in the direction of the lobby? All these hallways really look the same to me.
It's like she's so like deathly serious and all that, and then she's like, "Excuse me, can you point me in the right direction?" So that's just like adorable in its own way. Any theory on Black Swan? I think there is, but I haven't really been keeping up. All right.
Welcome to Penacony, honored guest. Welcome to Penacony, honored guest. Very soon, all your dreams will leap forth before you.
Black Swan? I don't think so. Not really. Because she came in here as a memo keeper of the Garden of Recollection. That one is the truth. There hasn't been anything like linking her with the Stellaron Hunters. Or else as Kalis or Stel, since we were acting as like a host of the Stellaron for the Stellaron Hunters, we would have remembered her in some capacity. I think that's more of a gameplay thing, Gohan. If they do have any connection, it'll probably be shown in the future update. But right now it's just gameplay.
Please relax. Feel the ebb and flow of your body.
Just a theory, indeed.
Breathing and imagine you're in paradise. Imagine a dreamland.
Something unto death.
What is it, Ratio? Why the long face? Hey, I just realized. Where's that handsome bust of yours?
You're late. By 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
I guess so, Gohan, yeah.
Better have solved the mystery of
Because right now there is like a theory between Firefly and Sam at the moment. That I can...
You mean you don't believe me when I say
that I can show information on. Based on like other people connecting the dots.
Fun fact, the Atini Peacock boasts one of the universe's more jarring songs, and your choice of attire is somewhat peacock-esque. It seems this peacock is short of a feather or two.
Yeah, by that gray-suited fellow. All the cash gifts and the box containing the cornerstones. Huh? Where are you going?
Back home. To tell the corporation that some idiot ruined everything.
It's nothing more than a few rocks.
Without that Aventurine stone, you're nothing more than a doomed Sigonian thrall, sentenced to die by the IPC. Or is that serial number on your neck a cherished memento from the Amber Lord?
You're funny, I'll give you that. It appears our erudite friend has done his homework.
It's my job. How would a gambler wrest Penacony back from the IPC otherwise?
Don't worry, Doctor, I have my ways. The family fears interference from the IPC, hence their constant intervention. If you ask me, that invite is nothing but a self-planted diversion. A red herring. Or someone else made the invite, and they acquiesced to elevating the magnitude of the plan. Well, regardless, be it the family or the Watchmaker's legacy, as long as they're all useful to me.
Sure thing, Jenny.
Get to the point. What's your plan?
Well, no need to expand on that now.
Damned gambler. Any true collaboration demands trust.
Then, do you trust me?
That depends on you.
So you don't trust me either. Now that was easy, wasn't it? Also, I didn't go to school, and my parents didn't teach me any of that. A pity. They left before they could impart any life lessons.
I did not mean to offend.
None taken. But they did teach me that friends are weapons of the Abgens. Even under the watchful eye of the Harmony, our friends' performances have far exceeded my expectations. Let's see. The Garden of Recollection and the Astral Express have already made contact. The Annihilation Gang,
I've been saving them up as much as I could go on.
haven't given their answer.
I'm kind of just waiting for Saiyan Day to drop.
Speaking of which,
Then I'll see what I can do.
A woman just now who introduced herself as a Galaxy Ranger. The whole conversation felt off. Huh? Well, you don't really disdain me that much, do you? Well, seems like I'm on my own.
Still saved for 9th anniversary, but I still want to try on that new Vegeta. Let's see.
So this is the dreamscape? The atmosphere here creeps me out. What was that weird noise just now?
Okay. Let me see. Before I continue. Pretty okay. Mm. I will say that in terms of the Asia account progress, you're doing well. Not too bad. We'll just keep going.
No.
This way! Can you see me? Over here! Please, come this way!
I thought I heard a familiar.
You're here. What? Welcome to the Gallery of Thoughts. You can think of this as the entrance to the Golden Hour. I'm here to provide guidance to our guests.
Okay, we meet again.
Huh? This is a temporary interchange, so it looks a little rundown. The Reverie in the Dreamscape is currently undergoing a revamp. I apologize for any unpleasantness in your stay. But if you enter the Golden Hour, I'm sure all your troubles will dissipate in an instant. You just go right through that door to reach Golden Hour. I wish you an unforgettable dream.
All right. We just keep on going.
Behind this door is the real Penacony. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, round 2. Watch out, Trailblazer. You got yonked. Real dang hard. Oof. And there they are.
Are you alright? Well, you are in the dreamscape after all.
Seems like our guest here hasn't gotten used to the transition. Fret not. Feeling a sense of weightlessness is normal for new visitors. Robin, please guide our friend in getting more comfortable with the new environment.
Leave it to me. Don't worry, just relax. You'll be feeling like your normal self in no time. Inhale. Now exhale. You should be feeling fully in control now. Welcome to Penacony. I merely changed your state of mind for you to feel more at ease.
Relax. Just did some tuning on you with the resonance of the harmony to allow you to control your limbs freely in the dreamscape. Essentially, the dream of Penacony is a world formed by memoria. Only swim. It's easy to sink at first when you aren't accustomed to the water, but once you get the hang of it, you can float and swim on the surface effortlessly. Thanks for the compliment. In fact, we don't really have an in-depth understanding of the Memoria. Unless you're one of the memo keepers of the Garden of Recollection, it can be difficult at first to manipulate the Memoria as you wish. But once you've been tuned by the harmony, you can use the same laws of physics from the real world to understand how the dream world works. Oh, oops. I've fallen into my professional habits again. I just can't seem to shake off this urge to be a know-it-all.
Don't mind him. He's always like that. Please, enjoy the beautiful dreamscape the family has built for everyone. We shall take our leave. Have a blast!
All right. Moment of dusk. All right. Let's explore.
The Dreamscape sales store. Should I visit it?
All right. So we got a bunch of.
This place is bustling. There are so many people living in the Dreamscape.
Just have to get that achievement real quick. Let's just get everything here. Welcome back, Pastoral. No, I want chicken. Thank you for doing this to me.
Wait, did that billboard just move?
Indeed it did, fellow Trailblazer. Indeed it did. Alright. But right now I'm just trying to get all of the waypoints first. Before we go any further. Yeah, what I think I'm gonna have to do is once we get through with the Penacony story, I have a lot of World Quest stories to catch up on, obviously. So I think it's gonna be like mostly chest hunting. But I think we have to. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a lot of chest hunting.
Checked off the list.
There's the pinball machine. chest. There should be everything in golden hour. Yeah, all waypoints unlocked. Let's actually get some of the level rewards now. We just leveled up. Boom. Another 100 stellar jades. Keeping our counts, we're at 870. Not too bad. Oh yeah, once we get to the point, that's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, we got 8 Herda bonds. We can buy 5-star icon. Probably gonna get the destruction one first. Alright. So, completely done it. Origami birds. Golden calyxes. 8 days. We got plenty of time to do that. Plenty of time. Golden hour. Let's go ahead.
According to the map, that's the Dreamscape sales store.
Trailblazers from the astral experience.
Give me a sec. I just need to go grab some sweet tea before we continue. Be right back. Alright, back with some sweet tea. Hello, Wind. The quest is going well. This is my second time playing it. On the since I played it first on my main account. So I know what's about to go down, more or less. I mean, it's so nice to play through it again. With hindsight. Oh my.
You sneaked into the High Zoo and splurged half an Amber Era's crew budget on 250 Nosewalker cubs. You kept them in the restroom, where they were left to breed and multiply uncontrollably, causing other carriages to be filled with sewage. You plead guilty to this charge?
Yes, I plead guilty.
You barged into the kitchen of the dining carriage, claiming
Himiko's VA had too much fun with that.
this resulted in the loss of 42 crispy, crumbly
Welcome back, Jenny.
because you also took the last serving of the express special in the fridge, I was left starving. You plead guilty to this charge?
The first one is clearly a result of your own doing. But I do admit to consuming the last serving of the express special.
Ahem! Don't get carried away just yet. This is only the beginning of your list of culinary offenses. There are cases of entire entries disappearing from the express databank. Plants in the parlor car being watered with
I mean, I heard that Himiko's
disrupting the
option was
conductor's
sus
with
in the
noise
streamscape,
and
so
break into the conductor's exclusive
I clicked on it.
vault. And that's not even half the list. There are a total of 46 cases of malicious conduct. Do you admit to being the culprit in every case?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I am indeed the worst nameless in the universe.
No, you are not.
Could there be anyone worse than me?
Of course there is.
Who?
That guy who blew up the train into 2 pieces.
That's all for the content of this stream bubble. How was your experience?
The tone is interesting.
This stream bubble aligns with what you desire in your subconscious. If you're interested in experiencing the dream bubble again, you can purchase it with credits. This dream bubble is indeed pricey. Still, please give it some consideration. Well, are you going to buy it?
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Thank you. Oh, right. As this is your first time using the dream bubble, here's a sticker for you. You can use it to decorate your dreamscape pass and commemorate your unique trip to Penacony.
It was something, alright.
I was hoping I would find some clues about the Nameless up here. Well, can't expect it to be that easy.
That way. Get her!
What's going on? What's all the commotion about?
Don't even think about running away. You stowaway.
Sorry for bothering you. Please, I need your help.
Hey, look! She has an accomplice.
Ha! Good work. Now we can nab them both in one go.
Your answers? Essay and knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
0 points. A test. Fail.
Time for the main. Keep up.
0 points.
That'll take more nap time.
Here,
Exactly, Jenny. I don't know who gave her the voice direction to do that, but I give him a 10 out of 10. You know? Yeah, 10 out of 10, you know, give him that voice direction again, you know, for reasons.
That's enough, boys.
Oh, Mr. Gallagher. What's good?
Sir, what's gotten into you all? Open your eyes and take a good look. Is this lady the stowaway we're looking for?
Hey, it's Steph.
Huh? Who's this?
Don't you know him? Look at his brown hair and grey vest. He's the officer, sent here by the family to maintain order at the Charmony Festival.
I see. Sir,
Glad you enjoyed the program.
we're trying to apprehend a stowaway.
How do you feel about the banners, if I may ask?
Very suspicious. We're sure she's the one.
That's nonsense. Take another look, will ya? The witness report says that the suspect is a lad with silver hair, and you guys are going after a girl with silver hair. Does that even make sense? She's our guest. Well, just get out of my way and I'll take care of this. Yes, sir.
It's tough? Yeah.
Sorry for all the trouble you went through back there.
Acheron Locha, Aventurine Jinglio.
And those idiots are some young bloodhounds I've been training. Because of their youth and inexperience, they mistook an honored guest of Penacony for a criminal. This is indeed a regrettable mistake. I'd like to offer my sincerest apology to you on behalf of the Bloodhound family. The Bloodhound
Yeah, we just mentioned that you would love that instant kill ability stuff.
and our duties include arresting people
Aside from Aventurine or Locha.
We got a tip that some criminals were planning to take advantage of the festivities around the Charmony Festival to sneak into Penacony. Now that the festival is just around the corner, there are likely many shady characters lurking around. Don't worry. I believe this is just a misunderstanding. How could such a lovely girl like you be a stowaway?
Thanks. Without your kind help, I wouldn't know what to do.
Just
Dr. Ratio, Locha,
I need to get
and
going.
Aventurine.
If you need help, you can reach out to me through the young bloodhounds in this area. I wish you an enjoyable experience in this land of dreams.
I owe you a big one. If it hadn't been for you, I might have been taken away by them.
Happy to help.
Thank you so much. By the way, I've just noticed. You're a nameless, right? You bet! I also know that you guys often travel around different places in the cosmos. Although the Bloodhounds mistook me for a stowaway, I'm actually a local. When there are no acting gigs, I work as a guide near Glocks Avenue. If you don't mind, I can show you all the exciting things around here. Well, I'm not booked for any performances. And most visitors to Penacony don't need tour guides anyway. They're all big shots who have their own entourage with them. Thanks! Let's go! Over here!
It's not a bad idea to get to know about this place.
Alright. Daytime. Actually, I might need to switch Dr. Ratio out.
People head to as soon as they arrive in the Dreamscape is the OT Mall. There are also stores that sell luxury goods, apparel, trendy toys, and even cars. Items purchased in the Dreamscape can also be brought into reality through an extra service. Just outside the mall is the plaza.
Sorry. Just had to switch characters. We're gonna switch teams. We'll go for The main one's a little weak. We'll go for this. Yeah, Aventurine boss. I wasn't expecting him to look good, but you know, there he was.
We're here. Hey, have you ever heard of this saying that goes, in a dream, hunger is the most precious spice? Well, you can find all kinds of local delicacies here. Clocky pizza, oat cake rolls, alfalfa salad, and the classic soul glad. Feel free to pick up anything you like. Today it's my treat. No worries. You can buy me a meal next time.
We're gonna save for funds, by the way. I know what happens when we spend all of it.
Are you done ordering? I love their oat cake rolls. Well, that's why I only have one per day. Let's walk while we eat. It's time to head to the next stop. Give him a kid's meal. Ugh, I still gotta get in line. This is the luxury store I told you about earlier. If we keep going, we'll reach Glax Avenue, which is the road to Golden Hour. Over here! Follow me! Please come this way. Let me show you something interesting. Look! That's the statue of Clocky, Penacony's famous cartoon character. It's the oldest and most famous animation from Penacony.
I mean, to be fair, Ty, she does need a more defensive characters. Although Jinglia would be nice to have.
Over 10,000 episodes have aired. Ominous? Clocky is a household name here. There would never be anything ominous about him. Right? By the way, do you know that Clocky's design is said to be inspired by none other than the legendary watchmaker?
No problem, Gohan.
I can't believe you haven't heard of him. He was a legendary tycoon in the history of Penacony, the founder of the Dreamscape, the man who turned dreams into reality. There are different stories out there about the watchmaker's origin. Some said he was a traveling merchant from beyond the sky. Some claim that he was exiled to Penacony as a prisoner. And some speculate that he wasn't even a real person, just a symbol.
Getting bullied.
That story is anyone's guess.
Oh, brother stuff.
Everyone aspires to emulate his success and be the next.
You know, just get the Locha first, I guess. If that doesn't work, Aventurine.
Those with a dream flock to
You'll get a lot of like warps anyway. 33.
feast after feast, eventually building the planet of festivities we have today. Everyone in Penacony knows this name. The cartoon character Clocky is portrayed as reckless and full of hot air. But I believe the real watchmaker was a nameless. After all, creating the dreamscape sounds like just the kind of thing a trailblazer would do. Hold on. If the watchmaker really was a nameless, wouldn't that make him your predecessor? Would you like to take a picture with him? My pleasure. Here, give me your phone. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Help! Help me! Huh? Help! 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 Huh?
It will help, yeah.
A bird with sharp edges and points. Well, if you're okay, let's move on to the next stop.
Checked off the list.
At 2.1 is rough stuff.
See that building in the distance? That's the famous Grand Theater, another great landmark of Penacony. Has a pretty unique shape, doesn't he? In the real world, it was originally the central prison of Astana. The family renovated it in the dreamscape and transformed it into the glorious Penacony Grand Theater. Since the moment it was built, the Grand Theater has graced the entire dreamscape with its rendition of the Odes of Harmony. During the once-in-an-era Charmony Festival, family members will gather at the theater to welcome the harmonious choir that blesses Penacony with everlasting peace. And here we are, the best viewing spot in all of Golden Hour. Look, there's even a telescope here.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of skipping through because
I'll bring you somewhere you can really have fun.
then we need to start gathering chests and jades on this account. It's gonna be a long grind.
That place up ahead is Ideen Park. Everything here is themed around Soulglad. It's a little crowded, so make sure you stay close to me. This is the largest park in Golden Hour. It represents the soda culture of Penacony. The gigantic soda bottle houses the headquarters of the Soulglad Enterprise. Soulglad is said to have originated from a sweet medicinal syrup popular during the prison era. Invented by a man
Oh yeah, from Gallagher.
Ideen, an interstellar traveling merchant, saw the potential in the beverage and purchased the formula. Ideon then carbonated the beverage and renamed it Soulglad. He also pioneered the school of thought known as syrupism, in which he promoted the consumption of Soulglad as a new kind of lifestyle. Did you know? One of the ingredients in the original recipe for Susa juice, known as Dreamleaf, has gone extinct. This is also the only place where one can fully experience the core values of syrupism. Time waits for no one. Let me show you around. See these musical instruments playing themselves with no human performer in Penacony? Many objects and facilities have gained self-awareness due to the influence of the Memoria. After being tamed by the family, some of them form the Sweet Dreams troupe to provide entertainment for guests. Be careful, though. Sometimes these animated objects can be affected by dangerous emotions or memories, and transform into the destructive Dream Jolt troupe. If you ever run into them, go ask the security guards nearby for help.
Yeah, the early Dong Hong Il really does help.
Let me get some Hi there. This.
Of course. Please. Name.
How many tokens are there?
10.
Thanks. Let's do it. Let me see. Which one should we try first? Since this is your first time here, I say we start with the easiest games. The Dreamy Slots and Lucky Wheel are pretty straightforward. Holy moly, it's the grand prize! Today must be your lucky day. You keep playing. I'll go and get some drinks.
Let me get the light cone. Lowest price.
I've used up all the tokens. Time to meet Firefly.
Come on. Dang it.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, following week.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? I know, right? It's a dream that's loving and forgiving to everyone. Just like the family. It's vast and deep like an ocean. Even the humblest people can find solace here. I really appreciate your help earlier today. I am. At least for now. Hey, could you come closer? Closer. Did you travel here alone?
It does, yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm not sure whether you've realized it or not, but I took you through a very long scenic route and visited all kinds of places just now because, well, someone's been following you. Don't turn around. I'm certain that you're his target. I wondered whether he was a friend of yours, but my instincts told me he wasn't. He's about 5 feet, 9 inches tall, give or take. Judging from his strong build, it's clear that he's well trained. He walks in long strides, but his steps are light and barely audible. That way of walking doesn't leave footprints. He looks like a skilled fighter, the covert kind. He has large palms, yet his fingers are slender and nimble. I reckon he has experience using knives, like a short sword or dagger. Do you know anybody like that? A maroon jacket, emerald eyes, dark blue hair. Ah! He's coming our way!
Hey, well, if it isn't my most loyal customer, it's been such a long time, old friend. What a coincidence to run into you here. Oh my, I'm in luck today.
Sampo.
Yes, it's none other than your old friend, Sampo.
He would usually introduce himself as Sampo Koski, but in this case, this is Sparkle.
You're surprised to see me? You know, it's thanks to you that I can be here.
This gentleman is?
Oh, Miss March, don't you...
Yeah, this is Sparkle right now.
My name is Firefly?
Oh, no wonder. I was just thinking, there's no way Miss March could change her appearance so dramatically in such a short time. It's my pleasure to meet you. My name is Sampo, and I'm an old pal of his.
The Acheron and Aventurine's light cones are amazing.
Mr. Sampo, what's the purpose of your visit to Penacony?
My purpose? You're funny. What else can I do in Penacony? Well, I just hang around, daydream, and do the things that anyone on vacation would do. Speaking of which, old pal, since fate brings us here, I'm obliged to give you a tour of this area. I've been watching you two for a long time. Miss Firefly does know Penacony well, but when it comes to entertainment for grown-ups, I think I can do much better.
Entertainment for grown-ups?
Looks like my analysis is spot on.
Well, Mr. Sampo.
Anything bothering you, Miss Firefly? Don't worry. This isn't going to involve anything illegal.
Hey, Ender.
A long time to reach the other side on
Pinball machine?
dangerous. Come on, pal.
Is this the lower level of the commercial district?
It does, yeah. For sure stuff.
Our destination is right. This is no ordinary salon. The only guests allowed to enter are the Pepeshi people, or those with VIP cards. Here we are again, pal.
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Right. I have two friends here who want to come with me.
How many of you?
3.
Show me your VIP card.
No problem. Here it is.
I'm talking about your friends.
Well, how can my friends have VIP cards when they've only just arrived? Can you make an exception and let them in?
No, I can't break the rules. Well, seems like we can't go in.
Just stay cool. Let me think of something. Okay, so we aren't going in anymore. But the moment of betrayal, the cloud of doubt, and just a few intense emotions.
Sure thing. I'll deliver your message to her. Here's the items you asked for.
Miss Thunderbolt is such a thoughtful person. Thank you so much. Now, we're only short of one item, which we might be able to find in an arcade machine.
Alright. I think for now this is where I'm going to stop, because I do have a bit more errands to run, so we aren't really going to get through much anyway, at least during this portion of the story, which is fine. I guess I'm going to double check if no, it hasn't reset yet. It's fine. Alright, I'll get going for now. But, yeah. It was fun, once again, to play some Star Rail. I'll do some more stuff off stream, I guess. And just relax. Because, now I'm going to be thinking about the 2.1 program, watch some reactions on it. And, yeah, I'll be just hanging around for the rest of the day. Take care, and, thanks for sticking around, guys. Bye-bye.